I'll tell you what, man. They better not blow it.
No, they shouldn't.
That's a win for you guys.
Buffalo thrashed them last week, so
yeah. Was it 35-0?
Yeah, and they got a running game going from the running backs, not Josh Allen. Finally, that's what my whole thing is with Buffalo right now. It's like they got to have a back, somebody to run the ball instead of him, and they're starting to do it. And now Allen hadn't had a good couple of games. He's kind of been mediocre so far. I'm hoping he can pick it up this week against Washington.
Is Singletary still their number one tailback there?
Yeah, it's Singletary. Then Moss is more of their third down type specialist back, Zach Moss, but he had a pretty good game running the ball as well.
Yeah.
I was looking at this. I was looking at the stats. I mean, believe it or not, the Raiders and the Steelers are, as far as running the ball goes, they're not. Yeah, yeah. But you guys have injuries. That's the difference between the Steelers. We just have shit players. We're healthy, but we just have shit players.
Yeah. Right now, Josh Jacobs is hurt.
He's listed as doubtful this game, or is he out? Actually,
I don't think he's playing.
Yeah.
Then we have Kenyon Drake backing him up.
I thought that was a good pickup in the offseason, though. Kenyon Drake.
I think that should pan out well too.
Yeah.
But the Raiders have the number one offense right now in NFL. They're rated number one.
It's been the Derek Carr show.
Yeah, over 400 yards average in a game right now.
He's got I think 882 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
There's no reason why he can't keep throwing it like that either.
No.
There's no reason why he can't keep going.
He's got to spread it around. He's got to get his he's so laser focused on Darren Waller.
Yeah.
That's going to cause problems if he doesn't get away from that.
Well, Ruggs had that big catch last. I'm hoping he can. I mean, I've always liked talking about those Alabama receivers. He's the real deal if you can get him in that. Just that's what they've been waiting on.
Yeah, they just got to use what they have.
Exactly.
It's got to just not be Derek Carr and Darren Waller against 11 guys.
Exactly.
So I mean, who are the Bills? I think the Bills got to Washington. Man, Washington's easily the biggest disappointment of the year so far.
Yeah, their defense hasn't panned out like I thought they would.
No, not at all. I thought, you know what, they could lose Fitzpatrick and they'll still have a lights out defense.
Yeah,
they might win games like 20. They might win games like 20-10 or like that, but they're going to dominate on that defense. And that defense,
yeah.
It got lit up against the Giants. The Giants are trash, but the Giants should have won that. Yeah, the Giants should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have.
They missed the field goal. Didn't they miss a field goal, or am I?
I didn't watch the end of it. I know they lost by a point, but I can't remember what happened.
Well, Washington hit a field goal, but
that's what it was.
They had a penalty. They missed the field goal, and there was a penalty and gave them another shot. That's what it was.
Yeah. Wow, what a way to lose a game.
Yeah, I was on my way home from the concert watching that on my phone.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I was doing the show last night. I was doing 8 questions last night, and Hobbs pings me on Instagram and says, while you're doing that, you forgot to do something. I'm going like, what did I forget? I thought it was something to do with the show. And he goes, you forgot to do your picks.
Yeah.
And so I said,
you did.
Well, I got it out last night. I got it out last night. The one thing I was surprised at, I picked the Panthers to win by 15. I got that one right.
Yeah.
I don't know how. No, I took that one for I put a draw. I put myself as a tie for that because I got there a little late. But I got the rest of them in. So But what did you end up, Justin? I think you ended up 11-5, right?
Yeah, 11-5 last week. 18-14 for the year. That first week I was horrible. 7-9. I was trash.
Yeah, I was 11-5 last week too.
Yeah,
I went 10-6. Man,
okay.
So then we should be tied. I think we're all tied now.
I'm tied with you. I went 9-7.
I might be a game behind you guys. I think because I'm 18-14. I added it up. I was 7-9 that first week. It was bad.
I tried telling John to go with the Raiders, but he was like, I don't know. I don't see it happening. I'm like, I do. I'm telling you. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm telling you right now, you guys will win that game.
Yeah.
You got.
But I do think they'll beat Cincy though. I think they'll beat them.
I picked them.
Yeah. I think they'll beat Cincinnati.
I think they'll beat them at home, and Cincinnati was really disappointing. I did not expect them to lose to the Bears, especially not that way.
Burrow, 3 straight interceptions.
I mean,
3 straight drives.
Interceptions.
I was like,
I don't even think it was drives. I think it was 3 passes in a row.
Yeah. It was protected. Yeah,
That's
like,
unbelievable.
Wow.
Okay, but you know what? That brings up something that's been a pet peeve of mine as far as football goes, and I'm totally against this. And it's already happening in freaking San Francisco or in New York already. Hobbs is here. He's saying, "Kiss off Cheetah."
Oh, I see. What's
We're
up, Hobbs?
we're talking about the Bengals, but the Bengals they didn't look that good though. The Bears, come on, man.
I
think I picked the Bengals to win that game. If I'm not
I picked the Bengals too.
Yeah, I picked the Bengals
to win.
I can't. No, I can't remember who I picked now. I really don't. I have
I
to look back at it.
I picked the Bengals the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah,
I picked against the Steelers the first 2 weeks of the season. You would think I'm the Bengals fan, not
right. Hobbs.
And the Steelers did. Yeah, but I already said I didn't pick the Steelers. I knew the Steelers were trash. I knew that.
Something came across my phone tonight that said something about, is Ben Roethlisberger done? Any ideas what the hell that means?
I think they're talking about this is his last season probably, and I know he's got that pectoral injury he's dealing with right now. But he's just.
I'm trying to find it right now. It's just
I don't know. Maybe that's it.
I was at that party for work, and something popped up and said, "Is Big Ben done?"
Huh? I hadn't seen that.
You know what? Honestly, as a Steeler fan, let me tell you, be honest with you. I hope the hell he is, because we need blood behind quarterback. I do. I'd rather have a new quarterback back there. I'm not a big fan of Haskins, so I'm not going to go with him. I want Mason Rudolph to get a real good shot. I want him to get a shot. That's the guy who I want. And Hobbs is still here talking. And what good has the Steelers done? I'll tell you what. At the end of Sunday, we'll let you know. When you're eating Rocky's dog food on the midnight hour.
That fixed my life.
That's right. You'll know. Don't be claiming no ulcer either about that.
Is Josh going to be licking his wounds?
He might be licking a spoon with Rocky's dog food on it. That's what he might be. After the Steelers take care of business. Man, if we had just had just one other tailback, we actually just had a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's funny because, here's Harris, 16 carries, 45 yards. And you're looking at it and going like, oh, it can't get worse than this. It just cannot get worse than this.
Right.
Oh, whoa, there you go. 10 carries, 38 yards. Welcome to the hell.
But he had at least that long reception for the touchdown, so.
And then, then Deontay Johnson got nailed right before the end of the game.
Yeah.
Why is he running a play like that and with no time left? I mean, it's just wrong.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I've said this once. I've said it many times. Mike Tomlin I have never liked Mike Tomlin. Never. I have never liked him at all. He won a Super Bowl with Cowher's players.
Yeah, because it was like 2 seasons after Cowher left when they won.
Like that. It was pretty quick.
It was. I know it was like in his second season as the head coach. I think. Yeah.
He is a horrible halftime coach. He cannot make adjustments to save his ass. I mean, how many times have they've had it up on the Patriots, and yet Belichick out coaches his ass. We've had better players. And yet better defenses, and yet Belichick comes in there halftime, makes the adjustment, and the Steelers are going home. So, but they're not going to. Yeah, I do think Cincinnati still has a legitimate chance to win at least finish second. It looks like
really.
I know what's going to happen with Baltimore. Baltimore's a little uneven right now.
They got a lot of injuries.
Waffles is here.
Hey,
what's going on, Waffles? The Cheetah would only be happy with Chuck Noll.
Mr. Dan and Horror, what's up?
Well, it's all right, Mr. Dan. You're perfect. You know nothing about football? That's all right. Hobbs can tell you some. He's a Bengals fan.
He may not know that much about football.
That's what I was fixing to say, exactly. If you're a diehard Bengals fan, you might not know much.
We love you, Hobbs.
We got to talk a little.
The Boomer Esiason and Ickey Woods days, maybe. But
these are my three. These are my three. Think about it, man. You got to, the Ravens, the Bengals and the Browns, man. Those are the three teams you just got to. You don't care about anybody else except for me because man, I love you, John, but man, I can't stand the Raiders. Never have.
That's all right.
I wish the Raiders and Steelers played every week, every year, though.
That's all right.
The Raiders and Cowboys. You either love them or hate them.
Yeah, Waffles just mentioned a team right now that's the team that I want to talk about. Man, Denver looks awesome.
Yeah, and that's a team that I have, because I'm a Raiders fan, a direct result of it. Yeah. I have always hated the Denver Broncos.
My oldest son is a diehard Denver Broncos fan, so he hates the Raiders with a passion. He wishes they would just lose every game every year. He hates them. I laugh. So that whenever they play, I'm like, "Go Raiders!" He's like, "Shut up!" What?
I started to watch the Broncos more when Peyton Manning signed with them.
Yeah,
because I was always a Peyton Manning fan.
Exactly. I follow players too sometimes.
Now that he's gone, I have to say I got nothing but respect for Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Bridgewater's a good quarterback. You know, so is Tyrod Taylor. They just always got banged up, always got hurt.
Yes.
You're like here, Hobbs. we like the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't hate the Bengals.
We don't hate the Bengals.
Mr. Dan, I became a Raiders fan when I was a little boy because I liked their uniforms.
That's how I did too with the Bills. Exact same reason.
Now I've been a Raiders fan almost all my life, and it was because I thought their uniforms were cool. Now, many extremely painful years later, I'm still suffering.
At least you have some Super Bowl championships. The Bills don't have any, and they lost 4 straight. So
yeah, I mean, the Bills. The Bills just sit there and say, we got some. Yeah, I mean, the Bills are 0 Super Bowl. I mean,
0-4 and 4 straight. It was gut wrenching.
That's horrible. But let's just think about how freaking good that team was.
Oh, I know. The K-Gun offense. Yeah.
How many times in our lifetime are we going to see a football team make it to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row?
I don't ever see it happen. 2, maybe, and nobody even makes it. Well, KC just did it, but they didn't win them. They won one, lost one. So I mean,
not even the Patriots have won 4 in a row.
No.
What do you think the chances are of the Chargers shocking the world and beating KC this weekend?
You know what? That might be a possibility. They play them tough. They always play within less than a 3 or 4 point game. I think it's going to be a close one this week. I think KC will have it.
But I'm picking KC to win that game, but I would not be one bit surprised.
I wouldn't either.
I like that Herbert kid, man.
I do too.
I was really lucky. When in week 2 I was a road warrior and I picked a lot of games on the road. But this week, man, it looks like all the home teams are favored. Yeah. All the home teams. I mean, it looks really, does not have the dynamic of the first 2 weeks.
I picked Green Bay on the road, but that was one of my tougher picks going at San Francisco. And now I find out today their left tackle is going to be out. For Green Bay.
San Francisco, that's what I'm talking about. Green Bay is going to get exposed again. This will be because you know what it is. It's just the Lions are just that bad. It wasn't. It wasn't
just a bad football team.
Yeah, it wasn't the Packers woke up and said, "Yeah, we're gonna, we got embarrassed. We're gonna come back and kick ass." Mm-hmm. No, they still were gonna kick ass. They would have played a good team. But hey, Phil.
Phil.
Well, it still can be sort of a horror stream, a little bit, But luckily,
it depends on who your favorite team is.
That's right. I mean, if you're what. Jeez, who's 0-2? Other teams are. If I guess if you're, God, who is 0-2 now? Is there a lot of 0-2 teams?
There's a few. I do want to get back to Denver. One more. I was thinking about it in my head. They haven't played anybody though this year. I'm waiting for them to play actually a good. They beat Jacksonville. They beat the Giants, and they've got the Jets this week. So I'll give my son a hard time. They'll be 3-0, but. Let's see when they get to the Jets. The hard
But the Broncos, ever since you just knew something was different.
I'm not saying they're a horrible team or anything, but I'm waiting to see them to play like Raiders or the Chiefs, anybody in their division, and whoever else they got on the schedule. I have to look that.
That's a tough division, man.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, there's only 2 teams. There's only 2? No, there's 3. I think the worst team is the Lions. By far, the Lions are going to be.
I have to say Jacksonville, then the Lions.
Jacksonville's got to be 0-2.
They're 0-2.
let's see.
Minnesota's 0-2. Two heartbreaking losses.
But Jacksonville's not as bad as even. I'm more interested in this. Not how many wins that Jacksonville's going to get. I'm just curious to see how long it's going to take for Urban Meyer to quit because he has a medical issue. Because that's his modus operandi. That's what he says. Mm-hmm. He quits. I have health issues, but my family doesn't want me to work anymore. Yeah,
hey, David.
He's quit like the last 3 or 4 coaching jobs. He's quit.
Yeah, he has.
He thinks that once the fire gets turned up, he just runs. He gets pressure.
Win though, but I don't know if he's going to do it at this level for sure.
What's that kid's name that's their quarterback out there? I forgot his name.
Trevor Lawrence.
That's it, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I wanted to circle back real quick because see that's another thing that really drove home last year. You know, it was when Burrow got his broken leg like that. I am not in favor of throwing rookies out there in first-year situations like that.
It's tough,
especially when you're coming from a not a very good team. You know, the Cincinnati they got him for a reason because they weren't very good, and I don't think they did him any service or Zach Wilson out of New York. Look what happened to him. He threw 4 interceptions, and all of a sudden, you're 3 games into his whole career, and already they're already screaming for it.
Unless you go to a situation like Mac Jones did in New England. Now that's a situation where he can. Yeah. They're not going to make him where he has to go out there and put everything on his shoulders. You're going to have a great defense.
They're not going to hang the franchise running game. On him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots spent a lot of coin during the offseason rebuilding.
Yeah, got plenty of weapons and a good defense.
That's a smart coach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Belichick's the best coach going right now.
Oh, he's an amazing coach.
Down. Yeah, hands down, one of the greatest ever.
He's not gonna take that kid and throw him to the wolves. He's gonna give him support. He's gonna work on a running game. He's gonna give him a defense to actually help him along, so that the whole thing ain't riding on him.
Yeah, just be a game manager more than anything else.
Absolutely,
don't make the big mistakes.
Don't make mistakes.
Yeah,
that's
Keep the game plan simple. Yeah.
Yep. Keep it simple.
I just don't think that teams like the Jets or Jacksonville, they're doing it right. They're doing it wrong. You know what? What you do is you go out there, you grab someone like a Cam Newton. Like that's what the Patriots did. They knew they knew they had shit, so they just ran out there, put him out there, let him go out there. You know, they knew they were going to take the losses, but now they're going to get themselves a good quarterback. They're going to spend the money. They're going to build a team around him. So what they do have to start him. He's not going to get out there, and his chances are he's not going to get hurt. You know, his chances of getting hurt go way down. But I am not for throwing a rookie quarterback out there. I think it's horrible, and it does so much more damage.
The speed of the NFL is so different.
Yeah,
and
I was just explaining that to my son last night. You got to think about how many players there are in college, and how many people get drafted into the NFL every year.
It's like less than 1% or something like that.
It's not a lot. And you have a kid who's an elite college football player who's like head and shoulders above everybody that he plays against. But then he gets into a league filled from front to back, top to bottom with players that are that good, that big, and that fast.
Yeah,
it's a different animal.
It is. I think a lot of
kids go out there and get chewed up. Peyton Manning, look at what he did his rookie year.
A record for interceptions by a rookie.
Yeah.
Like 29 of them or something like it. Yeah.
Yeah, because they just had a horrible team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like when you toss somebody out there like that, I mean, that's what you're going to get. I mean, look at Sam Darnold. Here he is. He gets thrown into the Jets. The Jets have a shit team.
Oh, God.
They get rid of him. They say, like, he can't play quarterback. They throw him to the Panthers. Panthers, maybe they weren't quite as good as they were a few years ago, but they still got a solid team now.
Yeah.
And they plug it in there, and now look at him. Now he's playing extremely well.
Yeah,
he had 2 rushing touchdowns last night, for God's sake.
Yeah,
he has a little bit. Yeah, he has a little bit of a fumbling issue still, though. He had 2 fumbles last night. That's his only thing. He needs to clean up. But
you know what though? You get hit. You get hit as many times as you did. You know, I mean, you get footsteps. You know, and you're running because you're used to it.
Yeah, he's just like a deer in the headlights. He's used to the gym.
Absolutely.
Phil's saying that's what he hates about football: all the ice skates and pucks.
I thought that was hockey.
Well, maybe Phil can come on here one time and talk about the CFL.
Hey.
The Canadian.
Yeah, the Canadian football. Dude, that's a fun game to watch, though. Yeah.
See you later, Dan.
Later, Dan.
Later. Yeah, I guess we can't talk horror all the time.
Right.
Well, not
other interests sometimes.
Yeah.
I've said it a million times on my own channel. One cannot live on horror alone.
Right.
I do those mukbang videos. I'm going to do this football stuff. I do stuff with my wife. I sell shit on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you involved in the college game a little bit more, John.
I'd like to. When my job ends for the year, I'm going to try and make it a point to watch some college.
It's a lot of fun. I mean,
it is fun.
Yeah,
it definitely is fun. I used to watch it. I didn't have a clue who anybody was. I didn't have a favorite team, but I would sit down and I would watch college football, and that shit was exciting.
Oh yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah.
Though I have to always give Justin a hard time though. Hi, Amanda. We have to talk. We always talk a little trash about the Schedule Easy Cupcake league.
Hey, well, they lost last week, or week before last. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Arkansas.
Man, I don't know how you lose to the Pigs. How do you lose to the Pigs, man? I don't know.
I don't know.
But you guys will rebound, man. You guys will rebound.
It's like the Bills losing to the Steelers. That's how I felt. Same thing.
Oh, really? Oh, you know what? That's true. I can't sit there and say. I have to sit there and say that. Yeah, that was a big upset. It really was. Yeah. It was an upset win. There's no business. The Steelers had no business being in that game. They really didn't. The defense was kept them in it, but overall,
and the special teams block punt, and so the Bills dominated them overall, but they just couldn't put the ball in the end zone.
I mean, the Raiders did the same thing. They dominated too. The defense kept them in it for to the second half. But I'll tell you the game that really caught my attention though, as far as like comebacks go, that is with Titans. The Titans and the Seahawks.
Man, Derrick Henry.
That game just turned right around. I thought Seattle had that until the middle of the third quarter. Then Henry just went beast mode on.
Derrick Henry is a monster, dude. On my pick segment this week, I referred to him as Derrick Mason.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was telling my wife,
I'm going to do that for the rest of time. I'm always going to call him Derrick Mason. I saw my best friend pointed it out to me, and it didn't even dawn on me. I edited the video, and it didn't dawn on me.
You said it like three times, I think, wasn't it?
My friend said something to me about it, and I was like, dude, why did Derrick Mason have to play for the friggin' Titans? Because he's going to be Derrick Mason until he retires.
Yeah.
Patrick, I hope the Phils make the wild card. I hope so, too. And then he wants to know, are you from Philly or Jersey?
I am from Jersey.
That's yeah, Derrick Henry was this beast mode, full on.
He's a monster.
He's the best tailback in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
He's a throwback to me. Yeah. Throwback types.
He's like a taller, thinner Earl Campbell.
Yes. Yeah, his legs aren't near as big, but he's taller and upper body is just massive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and at least he's doing one thing that Earl's not doing. At least he's doing one thing. He's not running into people.
No.
I really, really hope every college coach or high school coach should take their running backs, walk them inside the room, and show Earl Campbell where he's running the ball and Earl Campbell now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there.
Yeah.
He can't even walk. He's so freaking
It's sad.
Yeah, it is.
It's heartbreaking. I saw, of all places, Earl Campbell. He has a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the shows that I watch on the Food Network, somebody went to his restaurant, and it is heartbreaking to look at that man.
It is.
He couldn't hardly get out of the chair to talk to the dude that was there. It's awful.
When they show he'll be at some of these alumni weekends at UT, and he'll be in his wheelchair a lot of the times. Yeah. He'll have to get help to stand up so he can stand out on the field. It's sad.
But though. Right, even right now though, he's probably the best tailback the Longhorns have today.
Nah, I don't know. We got a couple of good ones. I thought this is NFL talk. Leave them alone. Why are you wearing a Bengals hat anyway?
No, this is a Tigers hat.
Looks like Bengals.
I know. I don't know what Hobbs would do if I actually came in here wearing a Bengals hat. I think Hobbs' head would would be like that guy from Scanners. He just going,
Justin, how old are you? Are you my age, or are you a little younger than me?
I mean, I'll be 44 in December. I'm like David and Cody's age, a little bit younger than him.
Are you old enough to remember watching Earl Campbell play football?
When I was little, I was like 7 or I think he retired when I was like 10. But I watched him a little bit. Yeah,
that guy was a friggin' wrecking ball.
Yeah,
Holy shit, he was fun to watch, man.
Yeah, he was something else. Like, I mean, his thighs were like,
his thighs were like the size of my waist.
Yeah.
You had Dan Pastorini quarterbacking, and you had Billy White Shoes Johnson. And Earl Campbell and Bum Phillips. Bum Phillips was always
love you, Blue.
He was always trying to get over on Chuck, but Chuck always had his number.
The big belt buckle, always cowboy hat, jeans on the sideline.
He always used to sit there and talk shit about the Steelers, but down to the playoffs, it was Chuck never talked. Chuck never talked. He just
he just collected Super Bowl rings.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Like
I tell you what, I tell you right now, I firmly do believe this. I do believe that if Cowher had actually stayed and coached and stayed there, we would not be talking about Brady and Belichick the way we are now. Because I do believe that Cowher would have coached the Steelers into a lot more Super Bowls than that.
I do too.
I think the rise of Belichick happened when Cowher retired.
It's pretty amazing that Cowher did not have a handful of Super Bowl rings. To me, my opinion of it.
So many heartbreaking losses.
Yeah,
the losses against the Cowboys in the Super Bowl where O'Donnell threw 2 picks.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
The game against San Diego, they lost in the last second.
Here's something, not to cut you off. How about that Super Bowl you were just talking about? They gave the MVP of that game to the dude who got those 2 interceptions that were both thrown right at him.
Yeah. And he
got
remember
MVP for catching 2 passes.
And the very next season, he went to the Raiders on a big contract. Remember that? Larry Brown was his name.
Larry Brown.
Raiders signed him for like a big contract. He didn't do crap for him.
Al Davis was notorious for that stupid shit.
Spend that money for the flavor of the moment, I guess. The big thing.
Dude, if he had a guy who ran around the stadium fast selling peanuts, he would have hired that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was talk about one game that made one person's career. That was it. Because Larry Brown never came close to that with the Raiders.
No.
What's the dude's name? The helmet catch guy for the Giants.
Odell Beckham?
No. The guy who caught the ball in his helmet in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Eli threw it against the Patriots. It was what is his name?
David
Tyree.
That's it.
David Tyree.
Where the hell did he go?
But he's always going to be remembered for that. People are coming.
Absolutely.
He's known for that.
His 15 minutes of fame lasted about 9 seconds.
Yeah.
And that he could hang a whole career on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, that's his claim to fame. He had that one playoff win against the Steelers.
Against the Steelers.
Like an 80-yard touchdown pass to oh God, what was his name?
It was he just retired too. Demarius Thomas.
Demarius. He was one of Peyton Manning's big time guys too.
Yeah.
Demarius, he retired.
He retired before this year or last year. Yeah, he kind of floated around a little bit the last few years. He's been injured and just didn't have it in him. He went to the Jets for a year or two, and I want to say somewhere else.
Him and Emmanuel Sanders have both bounced around since.
Sanders with the Bills actually right now. So
is he?
Yeah, signed with them in the offseason.
Yes, the JK 80s horror fan says Bill Cowher was the shit. He was really a great coach.
He was a good.
Since I've been a Steelers fan, the Steelers have had, and I'm 57. The Steelers have had 3 head coaches.
Yep.
3. That's amazing. That's amazing. They're the most stabilized franchise in professional sports. Yeah. You just don't see this kind of longevity anymore.
No.
How
many Super Bowls do they have?
Talking about 6. The Steelers, right? Oh yeah. 6.
I thought it was 6 because Roethlisberger got 2 of them, right?
Yeah, 2, and then the 4 from the 70s.
Seattle.
They're 6-2.
They lost Seattle. 2. He beat the Cardinals.
That's it. The Cardinals.
Yeah, but the Packers beat them. So, yeah.
That friggin' catch in the back of the end zone against the Cardinals. Holy
Santonio Holmes, wasn't it? Yeah.
Santonio Holmes, absolutely.
And James Harrison, interception return 102 yards for the touchdown before the halftime in that game.
That was a
I hope you Bill fans are taking notes on how to win a Super Bowl.
I'm all for it. Please take them. I'm taking notes.
Take all the notes.
I can send you a pen to make notes. I mean,
right.
At least we can't say that. You can't say that about the Raiders. The Raiders, it's the same thing though with the Raiders though. What would have happened if Madden would have stayed coach?
They would have definitely won more titles.
I think he would have had another one or two at least.
You do know why he retired, though, right? You do know. You know what the reason why he
supposedly
retired.
It was burnout. That's what he said. But I don't.
No,
it was Darryl Stingley.
Really?
Yeah. He did have it. He was very. It traumatized him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was traumatized by that.
I remember him talking about it.
The Jack Tatum hit?
Yeah.
Jack Tatum. I wanted to read his book, and I never found it.
Who, Jack Tatum?
Now we're living in the world of Amazon, and I could easily just order the damn thing, but I never think about it. Yeah, it's called They Call Me Assassin.
Dude, I would love to see that guy actually write a fucking sentence of more than 3 words apiece.
Who, Tatum?
Yeah.
Oh, he probably, good and well, hell, he didn't write that book.
I can see him now going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, seriously? I mean, what was that famous line that they used on Bradshaw? That he's so stupid he couldn't spell cat with a spot on the C and the T.
That was Hollywood Henderson from the Cowboys that said that before the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that messed him up for a long time. Bradshaw was really affected by that for a while. They made up after years later. They talked about that. I saw a documentary about it or something on TV one time, and Henderson really felt bad about saying that about him back in the day. And they made up, and I think they're actually pretty good friends now. Or they were, or something.
Considering Bradshaw's just had he's had a wonderful post career, and I'm so glad that he's never come with any symptoms of
CTE.
It's so sad. I mean, Barrett Robbins died not that long ago, right, John?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. It was a couple of months ago. I think he was. He overdosed in a hotel, or the cop shot him.
It's pretty amazing that Bradshaw is not more in the conversation of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Oh, I agree. It's because he was surrounded by all the defense he talked about, the steel curtain and Franco Harris. But Bradshaw was. If they didn't have him, I don't think they would have won all of the Super Bowls.
No,
I really don't think so either.
You had to have.
I think Bradshaw was amazing. Bradshaw, I'm 50, so Bradshaw was like the big time guy when I was growing up and first starting to watch football.
Yeah.
It was Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw was the man.
Because he was before Montana. Montana was in the rule of the 80s, but it was Bradshaw, and he was the 4-time Super Bowl. Yeah.
The first football player that I actually really, really fell in love with in my life was Jim Plunkett.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I shared the same birthday with him.
No shit.
December. I looked up one day.
Why is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion.
Absolutely.
You don't remember watching Stabler throw?
Say that again.
You didn't remember watching Stabler throw?
Stabler was the quarterback of the Raiders when I first started watching football, but I was not quite like a Raiders fan yet.
Yeah, because Plunkett, they plucked him off from just off the. Yeah,
he actually started out with the Patriots in the early 70s. Plunkett was like the number 1 pick coming out of like USC, I think, where he went, and he was like
I have a Jim Plunkett
second coming, and he just kind of went flat for a few years up there. It just didn't work out, and Raiders plucked him up. Raiders did that a lot back then, though, didn't they? Pluck players from other teams that didn't. Yeah. They weren't really good, and they made them. Yeah, they just gelled.
I mean, Madden was a great coach, but the Raiders Steelers rivalry during the 70s will never be matched. It just won't be matched. I don't care what anybody says.
I read Kenny Stabler's book.
Oh, hey, Professor.
I read Ken Stabler's book, and most of that book talks about the rivalry between the Raiders and the Steelers.
That was really musical. I mean, back then, that's when we still had the Colts in our division, and the Browns and the Bengals, and then it's just. It's just the divisional rivalry was it just wasn't there at that time. Houston, I should say. Houston, Cleveland, and Cincinnati were in our division, and Houston always seemed to challenge, and they always faded away. But the rivalry, every year you expected to see in the AFC title game, and people used to say that was actually the Super Bowl, and that was the Steelers and the Raiders,
Yeah.
And they used to go at it so hard that a lot of times, some players, some people said that, they beat themselves so silly that, that was, that was the case. That really was. They just really did not like each other. The Super Bowl was like after dinner mint,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the NFC for a long time before they went for like 15 straight years without winning the Super Bowls. It was like whoever won the NFC title was going to win the Super Bowl pretty much.
Yeah.
Until like the Broncos won it back in like Super Bowl 32 and the AFC started winning a few, but it was like, whoever wins the NFC championship, that's the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice seeing Ellsworth get a win. I mean, the Broncos got punked so bad.
Yeah.
They got punked. I mean,
what did he lose? 3 or 4 Super Bowls?
It was 3, yeah.
Not only did they lose, they got wiped out. I mean, at least the Bills did. I think the Bills only lost lopsided once. I think.
Yeah, well, it was the first couple weren't too bad. The first one against the Cowboys was like 52-17. It was horrible. Yeah. Then the second one, they had the lead at halftime, didn't score in the second half. They got beat like 30-13, so pretty lopsided. But yeah, it was that first Super Bowl against the Giants is the worst. They lost They missed the field goal at the end of the game, lost by a point. Scott Norwood, wide right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But you also you have to think about the first Tampa Bay Super Bowl. Remember that? That's when Barrett went missing. Remember how weird that was? So weird. That was such a surreal thing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you lose a player like that? I mean, he's like, how does that happen? And that just really set the whole team back because they're sitting there going like, half of them were wondering if he's okay, is he going to be all right? And here he is, he's just fucking passed out. And he when he woke up, he thought the game was the day after. He thought the game was the day, not the Super Bowl day. He thought it was going to be the day after when he woke up. He thought he had time to recover. Yep. But then then I watched the Bengals. I mean, remember the Bengals? They played Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl too. They played the
49ers.
49ers both times.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
close
Super
games,
Bowl 16 and 23, I think, were the two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Boomer Esiason? Who the hell was it?
Kenny Anderson, the first one.
Kenny Anderson.
The first one, then Boomer, the second one. And that was the Super Bowl
Bengals.
Yeah. I know the second one, though, Boomer Esiason was getting ready to go do his promo, his shoot for the Disney commercial. Everyone thought they had it because they had 2 minutes left. And that's when Montana did that 2-minute drive downfield and, 92 yards, and they won it.
Yeah,
I remember but after they passed midfield, he said the camera crew and the reporters were slowly migrating over to the other side. Boomer, I saw him talking about that. He's like, he's ready to say, "I'm going to Disney World," and Montana took it from him.
I think that's the Bengal curse. Or they've never made another Super Bowl since then. So no. I think Bengal fans should like take all the Boomers and Esiason jerseys out to the center of the field and just torch them.
They haven't even won a playoff game since that time.
Really?
Andy Dalton took them like 4 times, and they were 0-4. But before he came, they didn't even make. They were from like 1991 till whenever he took them about 7 or 8 years ago for a few times. But yeah, they went like 0-4 with him at the quarterback. So yeah, they hadn't won anything since before that Super Bowl.
He's hurt right now. What's his situation?
Knee issue or something. But they said the rookie Fields is going to start this game against Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't know about next week.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun. That's not going to be fun.
No, Cleveland's got a pretty good defense.
The Browns. He's just saying goodnight because we're talking a little trash about his team.
I know. That's what I said. See you later.
It's all right, Hobbs. Look, Hobbs. Look at it this way. You're 0-2 Super Bowl, but at least you're not 0-4.
And 4 straight.
Oh, God.
There's always somebody worse out there.
I told my kids like, if Buffalo can at least go to the Super Bowl this year, I'm going to be like their fans out there. I'm going to try to break a table. I'm going to jump in a table, film it, throw it on YouTube if they can make the Super Bowl. Not saying win it, but I'll probably break my body in half or break something. But I told them I'll do that.
Why don't you do that when the Cows play the Sooners?
No, they're going to get beat this year.
Come on, no! If the Cows upset the Sooners, you got to do that. You got to put that on YouTube. Break a table.
Because I've seen them. I mean, they've beaten them plenty of times. They ain't gonna do that. I do it for the Bills going to the Super Bowl though.
They beat the Sooners plenty of times.
Yeah, they beat them. Oh yeah, they own the all-time series record.
Yeah, but I don't think that's been happening much in the last 10 or 15 years.
No, but they've beaten them a few times in that span.
Since Vince Young and Reggie Bush, or Vince Young was running the ball.
Yeah,
that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah,
that's too bad.
He flamed out in the NFL.
Yeah, he's out. I think he's out.
He kind of flamed out, but it's a weird thing. He had a winning record when they just kind of had some issues going on, mental things, alcohol issues, something.
He lost all his money. Out. He lost all his money, right? He did. He did the whole entourage thing and lost all his money.
Yep, he blew his money buying a jet, all these cars,
he pulled
bad
MC
investments. Hammer. Yeah, bad investments, all that stupid stuff. He didn't have anybody just helping him. Everybody's wanting money from him and this and that. So it happens a lot, though.
What game are you guys looking forward to this week? I mean, what's the game of the week for you guys?
Oh, I got to go Buccaneers Rams. That's the main game.
Rams.
And I kind of like to see the Green Bay San Francisco. I want to watch that one too. Those two games.
Yeah, I called that the game of the week too. I called the Rams and but I said that was my game of the week too. It's not as important as the Steelers and Bengals, but and believe me, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to division play.
Yeah,
because that's when you actually get a chance to put some separation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Do we think Brady's going to get another Super Bowl this year?
I don't
know, man. I won't bet against him. I'll never bet against that guy.
I'm never going to bet against
50
him.
and playing. I'm not going to bet against him.
Nope.
But you're right. Denver's going to go 3-0. I mean, they'll be.
Yeah, Denver will be. I think there shouldn't be any issue there.
You know what? It's so frustrating to me. Again, I just have to harp on it, but I'm just so hate the fact that bad teams throw out their rookie quarterbacks. I mean, it's so bad. Why don't you just throw your veteran out there? Let the rookie stand on the sideline with a clipboard and watch the damn game.
Well, the Bears did have the right idea this year. Everybody's wanting Fields in there. Well, he's going to get his shot now, but they had Dalton and they drafted Fields. But they're like, no, we're going to start. Dalton's our guy. Justin's going to learn from him until you get injured. But they threw a few gadgets here and there. They'll put Fields in for a series here and there, let him run the ball or pass it once in a while. But overall, Dalton was in there for the whole, but now they're forced to put Fields in there. But they had the right idea.
They got the right idea. They put Dalton in there because they knew that he's not going to do anything.
Fields wasn't ready.
They're not going to win. They're just not going to win. They have no offense. Mm-hmm. But you know what? But Fields can sit there, watch it, learn, and next year when the Bears get a little bit better because they'll have a better draft. They're going to be drafted a little bit higher. Yeah. And they're going to at least have a chance to get a little bit of weapons in there, and then he won't be able to. He won't suffer a busted leg, or a concussion or 4 interceptions and have the whole press. Could you imagine that? You're rookie. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, of all the places I would not want to play football in,
New York.
As a rookie quarterback is New York.
Vicious.
They're absolutely are. It's like they're absolutely clueless. The sports writers, and they're just clueless. They're clueless. It's like how many of these guys are ranting on sports radio, rabble rousing? How many times do they have a fucking hit from a player? Have you ever stepped on a football field and strapped it up and got out there and played? It's not easy. It's hard.
It's in high school, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all played ball in high school. It's like it's not easy. You get out there and then when you're not very good, you're playing these kind of athletes. It's just of course he's going to throw 4 interceptions. What do you expect? I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he threw 3 interceptions his first week. I mean,
he threw like 2 last week, I think, too. He's got like 5 on the season already.
Yeah.
They said it had been, I can't remember what the number was, but it was X amount of games since he threw multiple interceptions in a game. And he did 3 in week 1. And when I was doing my picks for week 2, I said he's going to do that again this week.
Yeah, and you called it. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's my lock of the week. Every week until they prove me wrong is Jacksonville is going to lose. Whoever they're playing, I'm going to pick against them.
The lock for me is going to be the Lions.
Detroit,
yeah, Jacksonville and the Lions are the 2 bottom feeders.
And probably Jets, maybe. There's like 3 or 4 teams out there right now that I don't see them winning very many.
The Jets are pretty. The Jets are pretty awful too.
I'm a believer in the Broncos, though. I believe the Broncos are going to be. It's going. Your division is going to be. It's going to be. It's going to be like ours. It's going to be like the AFC up north. We're going to have 2 very fun divisions to watch.
I think both Western divisions, NFC and AFC, are the 2 toughest divisions in football. But hands down, those 2 divisions are killer. Yeah,
Which one?
Both of them.
Which one?
AFC West and NFC West. Both Western divisions are the two best divisions in football. They're insane. Toughest ones, I think.
The only
right now.
loss in the NFC West is Seattle's loss to the Titans last week.
Right? Yeah. I think because everybody else is undefeated. I believe.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's not very many undefeated teams though. I mean, well, there's only like 3 teams that have or 4 teams, I think. The AFC lease is all one and no, they're all 1-1.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, the Jets are 0-2. This AFC North all 1-1. The South is 1-1. Yes, that's the worst. And then the AFC West.
You got 2-0 teams.
Raiders 2-0.
Broncos.
2-0. And the Chiefs and the Chargers, they just played really tough teams. They're going to get on the snide. It's just like the same thing. The Browns and the Ravens, they're 1-1, but they played really good teams. And the Browns should not have lost against the Chiefs.
Yeah, they had the Chiefs, man.
No, they had it. Yeah, they had them on the ropes.
They had them
29 to 10
I like
or
Mayfield,
something
man.
They shouldn't have lost that. That's why in theory, honestly, behind the Ravens, there's no reason why Cincinnati can't finish second this year. There isn't. I'm picking them. I'm picking the. That's the real fight. It's finished second behind the Ravens, between the Browns and the Bengals. The Steelers are going to finish last. I'm calling that
Steelers,
now.
I think, are going to fizzle. Yeah, they're starting to fizzle.
Yeah, I'm
already.
calling that now. That people are sitting there going like, yeah, they're gonna win. Like maybe they might get 7 wins. Their defense going to get them some wins, but overall they're going to go like 7-10, or they're not going to make the playoffs. The Bills will make the playoffs. The Raiders will make the playoffs too.
Yeah.
I think it helps that I think it helps because I think you guys are playing the AFC North. Whoever's playing the AFC North, that should be 4 wins for you. You should be winning 4 times. Because that division is the worst in football right now, as far as I'm concerned.
AFC South's pretty bad too, I think. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, because you guys are. The Raiders. I'm looking at the Raiders schedule right here.
Mm-hmm.
They got Miami. They're home against Miami, but then you got to play the Chargers. Mm-hmm. You're at the Chargers.
This should be a good game.
You got a heck of a schedule this year, Raiders.
Then you got the Bears. Philadelphia's not that good either.
No.
You got the Giants. You get to play the Giants this year. Actually, oh shit, the Raiders are playing the Bengals. Oh shit.
Yeah, they're playing the AFC North, I think.
We might have to have Hops come up on here when that happens. I want to see that. I want to see.
Well, they're already 2-0 against that division already, so
I want to see if
I
want to see if the Bengals are playing the Bills this year.
I have to look at it. I can't remember.
Let's see. No, they're playing. They're playing Kansas City, Denver, San Francisco, Chargers. That's a tough schedule for them. But they got Detroit, and they got Jacksonville. So there's some and Green Bay. There's wins there. See, the NFC North is that's just you gotta sweep that division. You gotta sweep them because that division's weak.
Yeah.
So, maybe Hobbs did leave.
Did he leave?
I don't know. He might have left.
He did say good night.
Justin C. should have been talking all that mean stuff to him.
I was bringing up just facts. I wasn't trashing them. Just facts. Yeah, I'm trashing Bills more than any of them on their history anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just go. You can just go up there and go like this. You can go like, oh, then you can feel better. So yeah, I definitely think as far as the rookies go, I mean, right now, I guess I would go with Mac Jones out of the Patriots. I mean, that guy just seems to be doing really well.
Early season award maybe.
Yeah. Arizona's been playing really well. It's been Arizona's been coming for the last couple of years.
Arizona looks good.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to take that next step for sure. You know, they could have. Minnesota had them though this last week. I thought Minnesota was going to wind up winning that game, and it was one of them crazy games, 1 point game.
Yeah, it's been really weird. There's really been truly no ass whipping. You know, not really. I mean, the Bills beating the Miami. I think it's been the worst.
Definitely.
Who knows what happens if Tua doesn't get hurt though? They might have only lost 35 to 3. They might have only lost 35 to 3.
Yeah, I could have got 3 points at least with him. He's worth that much. I'm not a big believer in Tua. I'm sorry.
No, me neither.
Neither was I. I think he's overrated. Overrated.
He was banged up in college.
Yeah. He just couldn't.
Hip got out of place or something. Whatever happened with something with his hip or something. Had to have surgery.
You guys listen to sports radio at all?
No. I used to all the time, but I haven't in a while.
I listen to the Ticket out here, the Detroit station, and
okay,
it's their rabble rouser. You know, like most talk radio. They like to stir up the shit, you know, just for the rating.
I mean, they can't because the Lions suck, so they have to do something. Huh?
Oh my God! Here's what it's funny. It's funny is that the Lions actually were on the same station that the sports radio is. The Ticket.
Okay.
And they had their games on the station. Well, all the broadcasters, especially this one guy named Mike Valente, Mike Valente and Terry Foster, they used to go to town on the Lions so bad. I mean, they would just rip shit out of them. It got so bad that the Lions left the radio station. They said, you know, when their contract was up, they left. And some other stations would come up. They tried to come up there and be a rival to the Ticket, but they couldn't handle it. The Ticket just owns the slot. But they lost the Lions because they're talking trash about them so bad. The other station never stuck. They went to AM. They don't get very many listeners to AM compared to FM. So they finally came back to the station with the tail between the legs and wanted to come back to the station. And you know what? They have not changed at all. They still crush the Lions. They still talk trash about them. Hey Tiffany, we're talking football today. Tiffany wears t-shirts. She's one of the funnest people I know on the tube. She is hilarious.
Oh, cool.
She is one of the coolest. Yeah,
I don't know Tiff. How you doing, Tiff?
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. I think the worst game of the week though was it? Is it any game with the Lions? Baltimore versus Detroit. Oh my God, it's got to be the worst. I mean, Lamar. They got to put 40 points on them.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, Lamar's going to run all over them.
Lamar is very for real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, right now, if I had to sit there and pick one team, I mean, the two teams I see in the AFC Championship game would be the Chiefs and the Ravens again. Initially, I had Washington in for my NFC, but that went out the window, didn't it?
Now, I did pick Washington as like that 7th wild card spot before the year started. Now I'm kind of regretting that. They look like crap because of their defense was supposed to be so good.
Yeah, I thought their defense was going to be elite. I really did. I mean, they still could, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling it at all. I'm not sure if it's because that part of it is too. The rules just absolutely are so much against the defense.
Oh, I've said that for years. I hate it.
I hate it too. I absolutely hate it. You brush somebody.
Now, do you notice on defense, like they're going for the players, the wide receivers' knees and stuff because they're allowed to. Well, that's going to blow people's knees out and break legs, but that's where they're allowed to hit. Now, you see that a lot now. They're going to make it to where it's like a strike zone in baseball. The only part of the body you can hit, and it's going to turn into flag football at some point. So I'm afraid of. You can't do anything. I understand the heads. That's fine, but come on. You can't touch anybody. You can't push them. Can't touch a quarterback. A second after he throws it, they'll throw a flag. Even after you're coming at the quarterback and you're in the motion of hitting them, they'll throw the ball and their flag comes out almost automatically. You can't stop yourself from hitting the guy.
No, you can't.
They try to let up, they still hit them, and it's like, gee.
Yeah, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. I've seen a lot of players like that. The guy's right in the middle. The same thing with targeting in college. I mean, if you go back and see a lot of those games, a lot of times those players are already in the middle of their tackle.
Yeah.
When the other player ducks his head, there's nothing he can do anything about that. Yeah, he can't stop himself, and yet he's finding himself getting the targeting and out of the game for
out of the game,
Yep.
My watching paint dry game of the week is the Falcons and the Giants.
Yeah. I picked the Giants in that one, but because of Daniel Jones, if he doesn't turn the ball over, he can run a ball on him. He's a good athlete. I don't want to watch that one.
Oh yeah, all he's got to do is one solid bootleg.
Yeah,
they can win the game.
Yeah,
yeah.
I could not imagine having to be in that market and watch that football game. I'd go mow the lawn.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather go out there and watch grass grow too.
Yeah, that's going to be. There's nothing about that game that I want to see.
Yes, Professor Fox. Yes, we are.
Yep, yes, they are. Hold on here. Let me drop them in.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, I could do that.
Yeah, that's the game that when I was doing my picks, I saw that and I was like, "Holy God! I don't even know which one of these people to pick." They're both terrible.
Took me a while. I said, "Yeah." I took Giants because they're at home. That's basically what it boiled
down to. That's what I did.
Me.
I said Saquon. I said the same thing. I said Saquon Barkley, and they're at home, so I'll pick them. Why the hell not?
Yeah. Like you said, maybe Daniel Jones can run a 40-yard bootleg for a touchdown or something like that. Yeah.
You had to see the clip of him last year. He had that bootleg. He's running up the field, just fell down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He stumbled like the air got him.
That's like compound terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think I'd rather watch the Cardinals and the Jags this week. I know at least the Cardinals will put on a show. It'd be fun to watch. Kyler Murray and him.
That's exactly right. You'll see points because you'll watch the Cardinals score them. That Falcons-Giants game could be like 2-0 on a safety caused by a bad snap for a punt. It's awful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Falcons have fallen. It's ever since that Super Bowl. They hadn't done anything since that comeback that New England did to them a few years ago.
Yeah, that's still just shocking that even happened.
Yeah, 25 points down in the middle of the third quarter. Yeah, or like 3 minutes left in the third quarter, something like it. It was almost the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Which game was that?
The Falcons losing to the Patriots Super Bowl. 51, I think it was.
Yeah, wasn't that crazy?
Here's somebody unpredictable, Jameis Winston.
Yeah. Which one are we going to get this week?
Yeah.
Which one of them guys is playing this weekend?
He throws 150 yards, 5 touchdowns, and last week he plays like he did in Tampa Bay that last season.
Yeah. Throw for 400 yards with 5 interceptions.
Yeah, they were missing a lot of players though. New Orleans was missing 4 or 5 starters.
Yeah, 8 coaches out too. They said
half their coaching staff was gone, and 4 or 5 starters were out from the COVID.
Yeah.
So, Professor, there is the links up for both Justin and John.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, this is fun. This is fun.
Yeah. This whole COVID thing, man, I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen more impact in the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get much more contact than the NFL
or college. I mean, there hasn't been. They have not lost a single game on the Division I level yet to COVID.
No,
unbelievable.
I think they've only lost 1 game on the FCS level to COVID. So I do think if COVID did play Texas, the Texas probably lose.
Texas, they probably would. I ain't even going to say that the way they played the last week. So I'm not even going to argue that right now.
Man, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing playing bowl of rice for? I mean, come on, really?
Hey, they always play rice. They're just because they're an in-state rival. They pretty much play them every single year. Oh, thank you, Professor. Appreciate that very much.
It should be embarrassed. If I was a Cal fan, I'd be like, what's that saying? Just like,
well, you know what, John? Patrick's a San Jose State fan, so come on. College. They're from California. I don't even know where they're from. California, somewhere out west, right?
Yeah.
Past the west of the Rockies. That's all I know. The JV team.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. Only thing I know is I just remember how the Spartans whipped off on the pig, and the pigs beat up on the cows. So I mean, if I'm just going like that.
Hey, that's what Washington's named their team, the Pigs or the Hogs. They have the
so
fans for them. I am too.
I keep calling them. I call them the Redskins.
Yeah, me too.
I do too.
Though I do hope, though, I heard that one of the names they're going to pick is 1 to 3. I think it would really be freaking cool if they call them the Red Tails.
Yeah, that's my wife is a Redskins fan, and she said she heard that they were going to go with Red Tails.
That would be cool. Yeah. That would be a really honorable thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they probably have like the tail end of a Mustang, of a P-51? That would be
that would be cool.
Cool. I would be down with it.
They also said they might keep the football team name. That's just stupid. Pick something. Don't call them the football team.
That's so bad. It's so bad.
You could have easily made a name when you change it. Just pick a name, and you don't have to change your design, your mascot, or everything. Just say, okay, this is who we are. We're going to come up with a logo next year. But it's not a football team. You're not a soccer team. At least they're football clubs.
So
it's so bad.
It's Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder's like he's like the worst owner in football.
He's a bozo.
It used to be Jerry Jones. He was the ego and everything else, but
at least he won Super Bowls though. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed like he cares about. He seemed like an egomaniac and kind of a jerk, but at the same time, he loved his players and he seemed to understand the game of football.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Dan Snyder guy just seems like a dude in a trench coat that just wants to collect some money.
Well, Jerry Jones did go to Arkansas in the '60s, and he actually played on. I think he was a starting guard for the national championship team in 1964. Jerry Jones, so he has a football background, so he does know a little bit. He was.
And he played for the
does know something. Yeah, he played for Arkansas. Yeah, and the national championship team back in the '64, I believe. So he does have a football background.
I'm not a Dan Snyder guy.
Oh no. But Jerry Jones, I was talking about. Yeah, Dan Snyder's a ego.
He's a wacko, man. I don't like that dude.
Yeah, I don't
like him. He's the worst. He's definitely. I mean, I know that a lot of people think the Fords are from Detroit, but I think Snyder's worse.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to take a quick sneak preview, just real quick, just to see, some of the on week 4, some of the teams of like let's think about where they're going if they win or lose the previous week. Like Jacksonville would be at Cincinnati for the Thursday game. So
I saw the hell Cincinnati loses.
Yeah, I mean, if Cincinnati loses, well, actually, if Cincinnati wins, if they do upset the Steelers, they would be 2-1. Then they beat Jacksonville. They're 3-1 and looking pretty.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The game I'm looking forward to next week is Patriots and Buccaneers. Brady going back to New England. That's the game I'm looking forward to.
That'll be on national television.
Yeah, it's a Sunday night game.
It's a Monday night game, isn't it? No,
no.
Yeah. You guys are on Monday night again. How the hell did you guys manage to do that?
Who, the Raiders?
I don't know.
Yeah, the Raiders are Monday night again.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Who do they play next week?
Yeah, they get yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game.
Wow.
There was a couple years there where the Raiders played the Chargers. Do you remember that for 3 or 4 years there were 2 Monday night football games?
Yeah. It was opened the season up, wasn't it? Yeah.
And it was always the late game was always the Raiders and the Chargers.
And it's bad for you. Yeah. Because y'all on the East Coast, so it wouldn't start till like what, 10 o'clock, 10:30 your time?
Later than that, like 11 or 11:30, the game would start. And I had to get up from work in the morning.
I can't
well, hell, you should have seen my ass last weekend. I'm sitting over here looking over here, and I'm sitting here talking, college football, and it's like my team doesn't even kick off till 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah, they're in Hawaii, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in Hawaii. They kicked off at 12:30 in the morning. And I'm sitting over here trying to keep my eyes open, at least to see how we're doing. I think I woke up around 5 o'clock to check up, and I saw that they once again had dominated.
Dominated a bunch of cream puffs. Cream puff schedule.
Once again, had
wait a minute. Are you really going to go there with that? You in Oklahoma run into the league that actually defines
where the money's at. Yeah.
Yeah, and the cupcakes too. That's why the SEC stands for, John. Scheduling easy cupcakes, and that's what they do. Oh, let's see if we can book Mercer, or let's see if we can book Rice. Really, Rice is good on the dinner table, but they're shit on the football field.
But see, Patrick, San Jose State cream puff.
You know what? We went to a bowl game last year. We went to a bowl game last year. We would have won that. We won the Mountain. We won our league last year.
The Salad Bowl.
No, actually, we played in Arizona. I mean, and then you guys had to go out there and hire Steve Sarkisian.
Hey, it wasn't working with who we had, so.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed myself. I mean, I'd be just, like, you're scared. You're scared. You're sort of wondering, like, God, do we want to win or do I not want to win? Because if they win, he's gonna get drunk. If he loses, he's gonna get drunk. I mean, what's he gonna do? He's gonna, and it's sad. It's sad because
it is.
He can't walk away from it. To me, I wish he'd just walk away. Right. I do, for his own, in all honesty, for him. But I'm poking fun at him right now. So let's do, yeah. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna talk a little college ball because I love college ball. So you guys are 2-1. You guys get Texas Tech. Do you guys only play three? You guys only play three non-league games, right?
Oh, yeah, because the conference starts. Yeah, they just do three non-league games.
Just look at your conference, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it's not that great. Yeah, it sucks.
Tech. You got
Oklahoma, but that's about it.
You got Oklahoma State, Baylor, overrated. Overrated Iowa State. Overrated. Then you got Kansas. Kansas is like the bottom of the bucket. It's like they're worse than Rice.
Your conference is the Mountain West, right?
Yeah, a conference of champions.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, Mountain West conference. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cream puffs. The Mountain West.
Boise State. Fresno State.
All those teams that mediocre at best. Yeah, I know all of them.
See, all you hear in John is just bitterness from a guy who can't even win in their own league, so they got to try to run over him and finish at the bottom of the new league they're joining. I'm sure
you'd be jumping at if you could get invited to the Big 12, San Jose State. They would never would though.
Do you know who right now is salivating over the fact that Texas has joined the SEC? Do you know what team is actually sitting there going, "Oh, thank God"?
Probably about half of them right now.
Now I was thinking just Vanderbilt, but okay.
The worst team. They could go to the Mountain West. They might be able to compete over there. They probably win it. Vanderbilt.
I mean, look at this. Look at this smack last year. You guys played Texas El Paso. I mean, come on, seriously? Who plays Texas El Paso? I mean, that's just embarrassing. Okay. Actually, you guys lost to Oklahoma.
You
guys lost to, how did you lose to Iowa State?
Yeah, Iowa State was pretty good last year.
They were overrated last year. They got their ass handed to them by Louisiana. I think the most impressive game that you guys won last year, in all seriousness, was the game against Kansas State. That was really impressive.
Yeah, they weren't that good last year.
Yeah, Colorado.
Down years.
I mean, you guys beat up on Colorado in your bowl game.
See, he's trying to pick on my team because he knows his team wouldn't be able to compete in the conferences. We're talking about San Jose State, really.
Honestly, right now with our team, right now we could play TCU. We could play Texas Tech. No, we would not last against Oklahoma
or Texas.
I don't know. I mean, if Sarkisian's coaching them, I'm thinking we can. I think right now we probably couldn't, and Kansas State might be tough, but we would beat West Virginia. I think we beat Kansas. I think we handle Kansas State. We would at least compete. But there's some good ball playing up in your part of the world too, though, John. I mean, Rutgers is 3-0 this year.
Oh yeah, they are Rutgers.
Yeah, dude, they're on fire. I'm telling you, everybody thinks that Michigan's going to walk in there and wipe them out by 20 or 30. That ain't going to happen this year.
That's who they play this week, Rutgers and Michigan.
Yeah, that's going to be a dogfight. I'm telling you now. Michigan might have the edge, a slight edge. This is like the first year that Harbaugh has actually developed a quarterback in all his years in Michigan.
I wish he'd go back to the NFL, actually. I liked him in the NFL.
He's a horrible head coach.
I know, I'm not saying he's great, but I liked when he was coaching San Francisco.
I mean, he might be a better pro coach. He might be a good pro coach, but as a college coach, he sucks.
Oh, he does. That's why I say he should go back to the NFL.
Yeah.
How many years did he stick around in San Francisco after that Super Bowl?
Another 1 year, maybe 2 at the most.
Yeah, I knew
it wasn't very long. Him and the ownership had a falling out. I think they were at odds with each other. I think his ego, for sure. He's just got a big old ego.
Yeah, I just want you to know one thing. How the fuck did Tim Tebow rate a chance to come back as a tight end after all these years?
He should have done it.
How did he get a chance
7 or 8 years ago?
Camp. How did he get the walk into an NFL camp and actually compete for a starting job? And Colin Kaepernick didn't get jack shit.
Right.
Where was Tebow trying to get a job?
Jacksonville. Yeah, he was as a tight end in training camp.
Yeah. But he got invited. He got actually attending training camp. He got a shot. How is it that he managed to do that? And Colin Kaepernick has never gotten a shot. He never did.
I don't know.
He could have been one of the. He was one of the best quarterbacks when he was playing. He was one of the best quarterbacks, and the NFL completely blackballed him out. That's just frustrating. It breaks my heart because he was really fun to watch.
He was a different.
He was fun to watch as a pro. Yeah. As a college quarterback. So I like telling this story because this is a funny ass story, and I know Justin will really appreciate this one. So. I love my wife. My wife was just awesome, and she actually went to football games with me. We went to Western Michigan. Yeah, we actually went to Western Michigan. We went to one game. We sat in a steady rain. We watched Western Michigan actually play the Buffalo Bulls. You know, the one team that does win once in a while.
I'm not a Buffalo Bulls fan, though. The only team from Buffalo likes the Bills.
Just think though. If you like the Bulls, though, just think about it. You can sit there and say you're a Bulls and Cows fan.
Right. Got all my bases covered.
If those two ever met, they can call it the Moo Bowl. So we went there when I first got here. We went and saw Western Michigan play. Then we went and saw Eastern Michigan play a few times. And then San Jose State, they actually got a chance to go play Alabama, and Alabama was a little bit better, and we lost a close one. So on the cover the next week, there's Sports Illustrated, right? And it's Trent Richardson. There's Trent Richardson. And he's just trucking down the field, right? Yeah. He's trucking down the field, and in the background you see 2 Spartan players on the ground, right? and I told my wife, says, look, the San Jose State made the cover of Sports Illustrated. My wife goes, would like to buy it?
Yeah.
I just love that.
Good memory.
But yeah. Shit, where I was going with that? Because my wife, but so San Jose State got to go on football, got to go on TV when Colin Kaepernick was playing quarterback at Nevada. So they got on national TV. So I said, I thought, well, we're gonna watch the Food Network, or just no, we can watch a little bit of your game. I said, well,
okay.
It won't be very long, before it's a wipeout. And sure enough, it wasn't, because Nevada was really good that year. And so after the game, after the first quarter, the Spartans were down 21-0. So we're watching the Food Network, right? And so after every commercial, Lori would sit there and say, you can go ahead and go back and watch the game. So I click on it, right? And it shows Kaepernick scoring a touchdown. Oh shit, So back to the Food Network. 10 minutes later, go back to catch the game. There's Colin Kaepernick scoring a touchdown. Go back to the programming, and coming back the third time they see him going, and my wife goes, "Why do they keep showing the same play over and over?"
Yeah.
I'm going, "It's not the same play, honey. It's just him scoring over and over and over again."
That happens too sometimes.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I mean, that was a long time ago, and it didn't happen against Arkansas.
Yeah.
So you guys ready for Saturday? What are you guys talking about tomorrow, John?
Yeah.
I don't know. We usually, to be honest with you, most of the time, we don't have a whole lot of an agenda.
Right. That's the best thing though to do. I think
the spontaneity. A couple weeks ago, we had unpopular opinions, and that we didn't talk about that a whole hell of a lot. We basically got on there, shot the shit about that for a little while, and I went to bed. It wasn't. Yeah. Usually it's a non-agenda.
Yeah, I was like, I saw the title there. Okay, are we going to be talking about? What are we going to be talking about? And then I went over there and watched it, and you guys weren't doing that. I was waiting for you. I was waiting to see the fur start to fly. Why Phantasm rules over Halloween. And Rick Smith from our community, he saw Halloween Kills.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
He said it sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't pay no attention to that.
Yeah, he said it was he said the previews was pretty much the movie. And I was like, wow.
Anyway.
But at the same time, I got to sit there and say, yeah, but that's the middle movie.
There's still another movie to come. So
yeah, you always get that. I mean, the middle movie really struggles to be good. It really does.
You're not going to get any conclusion to the story yet. You're just going to get, maybe some things answered, but more questions pop up. If you, like you said, if it's a trilogy, the middle one's always going to be a darker toned one usually.
Did either of you see the new Candyman movie?
No, I haven't yet. No,
I wanted to, but Phil, he was honest. He said that Tony Todd was in the movie for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm like, nope, can't do it.
I thought it was phenomenal.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, yeah.
But I know that there's a lot of people that did not like that movie. I don't really put too much weight into anyone else's opinions on.
I don't either.
I do it for voices I respect. There's some voices that, if somebody walks up to me like there's a handful of group people that they tell me that a movie's good or bad, I'm gonna agree with it. And there's some people who in our community that they think a movie's good, and you just want to look at them and just shake your head and like, what the hell? What movie are you watching?
Yeah.
Because they watch they'll sit there and say it's a really good movie. I'm like, what are we talking about the same movie? Or is there something else that I miss out? But yeah,
I did watch the Malignant. I had seen that already, and that's the new James Wan movie.
Yeah, I heard that's really good.
It's good. I want to watch it again because there's a lot to. It's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't really want to give it away because you just have to watch it. It's good.
Janae and I put it on, and it was too late, and I was tired. I literally saw maybe 5 minutes of it, and I fell asleep.
Oh yeah, you just saw the very beginning of how it sets the story. Yeah, it's good. You gotta watch it. It's different. It's a different. That's all I can say.
I do want to watch it. I definitely do want to watch it.
Yeah.
I will say there's one good thing that doing this football chat show tonight. There's one saving grace I really appreciate. Though it's not going to save me because right after I do this, I have to go down anyway. But I have to watch the Human Centipede.
Oh God!
I love it.
I have to watch the Human Centipede. John. You know what? I will. How many ISC movies do you have in your collection?
Probably a pretty good amount. I'm not positive how many, but probably a pretty good amount.
Looks like what happened to Justin? I guess
we lost him.
Yeah, I guess we. Well, I think maybe he's on the Longhorn Network.
You've never seen the Human Centipede?
No, not seen it. What?
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I just got kicked out.
I think it's a good movie. I think it's a very good movie.
I just told John, says you must be signed on to the Longhorn Network. So
right. No.
No, I have not seen the Human Centipede.
I like it a lot.
I think it's hilarious because you got Ben, you got me.
Ben loves that movie.
Night, and you got Coriander. And so what we're doing is we're rotating every month. One of us gets to pick the movie. So like the first time Night picked A Dark Song, and then I picked The Devil's Doorway, and then Ben picked The Devil's Candy, and Coriander, the one girl in our group, she picked The Human Centipede. It knocked the shit out of me. I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, do you know what you just picked? Yeah.
I can't wait to find out what you think of that movie.
It's gonna be gross.
I've seen parts. I've never watched the whole thing through. I was like, holy crap.
Movie. I think it's a very good movie. I think it's a very, very well made, good movie. The second one I like a lot as well. The third one is barely watchable.
Right.
Everybody says the third one's horrible.
It's awful.
Like the third Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, that movie was terrible too. Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Yeah. I hope they bring that back.
Jeepers Creepers.
I heard they pretty much just.
They're doing a remake, I think, rebooting.
Yeah, they're rebooting.
Yeah, rebooting it.
Yeah.
I think they told Victor Salva to take a hike.
Yeah, he didn't have any involvement with it.
No, he can't do anything. He's not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if he would have fucked a girl, maybe he would have still had a career. Seriously, I'm not. You know what? Look at Roman Polanski.
Right? Yeah. He got away with all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he got.
Look at Woody Allen.
Yeah, Woody Allen too. All I know is he. The only thing is that Victor Salva did time. He did his time. Those other guys, they just skated on by. Not making excuses for me. He's a single human being. I would not want to be in the same room with him. Right. But the guy did make two really good movies. He did make two really excellent movies in the first two Jeepers Creepers. And I'd like to see the series continue. I mean, they want to reimagine it and they want to move him out of it. That's fine with me. I just want to see the Creeper back.
Yeah.
He was, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, Candyman, I heard it was good too, John. I mean, I do. And it's like, it wasn't said, Phil didn't say it was a bad movie. He didn't say that at all. What he said was that Tony Todd was in it for like less than 30 seconds. And to me, it's like,
it ain't long.
Yeah.
It's just not right. It's not right. It's like, how the hell do you do that to him? I mean, he deserves so much better than that.
It depends. I guess it's all on how they did it, though, maybe. So
it was pretty damn cool.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. I've heard he's in it, and I heard it's really cool. So I do want to see it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, when that movie ended, my son and I looked at each other, and I think every hair on my body was standing up. It was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool, though. I like that because, see, that's what we're talking about that. We're talking about watching, watching movies where we get desensitized. I'm not. I mean, I think a lot of people are laughing that I'm watching The Human Centipede. I don't know what it is, but some people think that I just can't handle movies like that. And I'm going like, you just guys completely forget who you're talking about here. I have seen so many freaking horror movies. I mean, I probably I've forgotten more than most people have watched.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm old.
Yeah.
But the horror movie for us, for sure, for this week is definitely going to be Detroit. So that's and the Jacksonville or the Giants, and
Giants and the Falcons might be the worst.
The Giants and the Falcons is terrifying.
Because at least in the Detroit game you got Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, and in the Jacksonville game you got Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Giants, who do you got?
You got nothing.
Giants, you don't have nobody to really hang your hat on. Like, okay, I want to watch it because of this player. I want to watch it because of this offense.
You're praying for a bootleg. There's not even good fantasy football players in them games.
No. I don't have any of those players on any of my teams. Don't.
Hey, Sean. Sean, I think Sean is a Eagles fan.
Yeah, he is.
I believe he's an Eagles fan. So they're playing against the Cowboys this Sunday.
Cowboys on Monday night. Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah, that's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. I think. I'm looking forward to that one.
I don't know how he roots for the Eagles though, when the Steelers are still the best team in the state. It's nice. The Eagles are good. I mean, they did beat the Steelers last time they played, but overall, the Steelers are just a better team.
Yeah.
Birds all day. Oh, I thought you were an Eagles fan. You're a Ravens fan? Are you saying you're a Ravens fan? Oh. I think I don't know if I want to get Sean up here because I have a feeling he probably trash talk all of us out of here.
I'm actually going to go, guys. I'm going to go to bed.
I'm fixing to, too. I got to go eat some dinner here in a minute.
Yeah. All right, then, fellas. And we will see you guys. No, hopefully we'll see you guys on Sunday night for at the Night Watch Zone. 8 o'clock for Human Centipede.
Oh, is that this week?
Yeah, this Sunday.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah. I tell you what, though. Tell me how many movies. Tell me how many IFC movies you have in your collection, John. Okay. And then if you have some, and then what we could do is I can mention it tonight. If you want to come up on a show, if you have a movie, come up on the show and give your thoughts.
Okay.
I mean, those guys. I didn't know that. Let's see, Birds all day. Oh, he's just joking. He is a Steelers fan. Cool. All right. Thanks, John. All right, guys. Then we're gonna be back here. We're gonna be back. When are we coming back? And who's hosting?
Next Friday night. I think if we're going to do what we were talking about in the beginning, is where we're going to rotate this between the three of us.
Yeah.
Next Friday, I think I should host because the Friday after that is still a wild card for me. I don't know whether I work or not.
Okay.
So I think that if we're going to alternate, let me take next Friday because I know next Friday I know I'm off.
Okay, for sure.
And do we want to do it a little earlier?
It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what times y'all want to do it. Or
yeah, it makes no difference to me at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We can talk about it this week.
Yeah. We can do. Yeah. Figure it out.
Absolutely.
All right, then. We'll let everybody say. We'll say. Let's see. Being a Steelers fan is overrated. Oh my God! All right. This year, you're right. I can't argue with you. All right, then. We're gonna get out of here, and then thanks to everyone who's watching and hanging out with us. And then, we'll see each other. We'll see everybody next week. See how we deal with our picks. Yeah, I'll make sure you get my picks up. I'll get my picks up by Tuesday.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right,
guys.
See you guys later.
Later, man. It's been fun.
Yes, it has.